The Jersey Devil Story, Second Part. Encounters with the Jersey Devil. Since the 18th century, there have been several thousand reports of alleged encounters with the Jersey Devil. Only the most famous are listed below. None of them, with the exception of an observation in 1909, has even ghostly evidence of the reality of the event, according to legend. While visiting the cannon yard in Hanover, Commodore Stephen Decatur, who wanted to see how cannonballs were forged, saw a flying creature flapping its wings, which was in no way affected by hits from any weapon, including cannonballs. Decatur allegedly shot him personally, but the devil continued to fly, causing great panic among eyewitnesses. This legend originally gave the date of the event as 1778, but this is in no way possible, since Decatur himself was not born until 1779. The incident may have taken place in 1816 to 1820, when he was actually responsible for checking the condition of the artillery pieces. Joseph Bonaparte, Napoleon's older brother, also allegedly said he saw the Jersey Devil while hunting on his estate near Bordentown, New Jersey, in 1820. Throughout the 19th century, the Jersey Devil was accused of killing livestock, and strange noises and traces of him were reported. Specifically, the Jersey Devil allegedly killed livestock in 1840 and left tracks and screams also while killing livestock in 1841 and 1859. People saw it near the city of Haddonfield, and in the winter of 1873 near the city of Bridgetown, both of which caused panic among the population. In December 1925, there was a report of the body of a creature allegedly similar to the Jersey Devil in Greenwich. A local farmer shot and killed an animal that tried to steal his chickens. After that, he showed the corpse to more than 100 people, but no one could identify what kind of creature it was. On July 28, 1937, a creature matching the description of the Jersey Devil was allegedly spotted in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Around the same time, there was panic on the Pine Barrens after several boys claimed to have seen a monster described as similar to the Jersey Devil. In 1951, in Gibbstown, a young man said that he saw a strange humanoid creature, which also uttered a piercing scream, which greatly frightened him. In 1957, the Jersey Devil was allegedly killed again, and the farmer who shot him allegedly even showed his corpse to someone. In 1960, unusual footprints were allegedly found in Mays Landing, where residents also allegedly heard an eerie screeching sound. That same year, in Camden, enterprising people announced a $10 reward for the capture of the Jersey Devil and even promised to build a home for the creature and at the same time a private zoo if it was caught. In 1980, the Jersey Devil was reported to have attacked cattle in the southern part of the state, again with strangely shaped tracks allegedly found. In 1991, a certain Edison, a delivery service worker, described a white horse-like creature he allegedly saw at night. In December 1993, Forest Ranger John Irving, while patrolling a New Jersey park, allegedly encountered a monster standing on two legs on a forest road, which he believed to be the Jersey Devil. According to the New York Times, there were more than 10 encounters with the devil in 2007-2008 alone. For example, in 2007, a woman in overalls said she saw a winged bat-like creature near her home. And in August of that year, a man saw it on the road between Mount Laurel and Moorestown. On January 23rd, 2008, a man in Litchfield, Pennsylvania, saw the devil on the roof of his barn. And on August 18th of the same year, he was seen by 3 teenagers in Maryland flying around their car and flying into a field when farmers came running in response to their screams. Observations of 1909 unlike all the cases described above. The story of 1909 deserves at least careful consideration. The events took place during the week of January 16th to 23rd, 1909, when about 1,000 people claimed encounters with the Jersey Devil. Newspapers called the period a phenomenal week and called the public's reaction to the events of the devil a disgraceful spree. According to Regal, it was after these events that the stereotypical image of the Jersey Devil emerged. In popular culture, a kind of dragon with bed wings, claws, and a horse-like head. The first Jersey Devil sighting of the year took place Saturday in the town of Woodbury. On Sunday, the devil was seen several times in Bristol, Pennsylvania, where unusual footprints were discovered in the snow. On Monday, strange footprints were found in Burlington, including on the roofs of houses. Some of their chains were suddenly interrupted. Similar traces were found in some other cities. Nelson Evans and his wife watched the Jersey Devil from the window of their home at 2:30 a.m. Tuesday in Gloucester. Below is Mr. Evans' message. It was about 5 feet high, with the head like a sheep and the face of a horse. The neck is very long. The wingspan is about 2 feet. The gait is like a crane. He had hooves. It used only the leg put back to walk. And then the front one rose high. At that moment we saw that it did not use the leg put forward at all. My wife and I were very scared. And I'll tell you that I still found the strength to open the window sash to shout hey. Then it turned its body at our scream and then flew away. On the same day, 2 hunters in Gloucester tracked unusual tracks of the devil for 20 miles, which went through hedges and fences. And at some point they began to approach each other more closely, leaving only an inch of space between them. The devil was also seen in a number of other cities on this day. Collinswood formed a search party to capture the Jersey Devil in Hannonfield on Wednesday. They saw him flying to Moorestown, and there were several, at least 2 witnesses. The Jersey Devil attacked a tram on Haddon Heights Road in Camden on Thursday but was driven off. After this, some trams in surrounding cities ran with armed guards. Dead chickens and other poultry have been found on some farms, allegedly killed by the Jersey Devil. Reports from Clayton claim that the Jersey Devil walked on electrified tram tracks before being electrocuted and falling. But it is not entirely clear whether this is true, and no one has ever seen the dead creature. It was reported that police in Camden and Bristol, Pennsylvania allegedly opened fire on the creature, but to no avail. Firefighters also sprayed it with water from water pipes to fight fires. In West Collinwood, where it appeared near the fire department, it also appeared on the coast of Philadelphia and, according to some reports, even near Delaware and western Maryland. However, an Atlantic City police officer claimed that he managed to wound the devil, and he limped off into the woods. If this is true, then this circumstance is very strange, because the supposedly wounded creature continued to attack after that. There are reports that he appeared in residential areas of cities, intending to attack people, but people threw the first objects they found at him, driving him away. On the same day he reappeared in Camden, attacking a dog in front of its frightened owner and tearing several pieces of meat from it. This was the first observed case of the Jersey Devil attacking a living creature. His last sightings took place on Friday, rare sightings and no attacks. Nevertheless, panic had already been sown. At first, reports contained only the findings of unusual traces. But then there were reports of encounters with a creature resembling the Jersey Devil, which appeared both in South Jersey and quite far from it, in Philadelphia and Delaware. Widespread newspaper coverage of the story created panic throughout the Delaware Valley and prompted a number of schools to close by Saturday and many workers to stay home for several days. Groups of hunters combed the steppes and villages in search of the creature. Nevertheless, after Friday, with the exception of isolated and very dubious reports, there were no more meetings with the Jersey Devil. However, during the same period, the Philadelphia Zoo offered a reward of $1,000. Zero to anyone who caught the animal, which was taken advantage of by publicist and hoaxer Norman Jeffries, who tried to pass off a kangaroo he and his friend, trainer Jacob Hope, had bought from the circus as the Jersey Devil, with homemade wings and artificial claws on his paws glued to his back, which he demonstrated at the Philadelphia Museum. Having previously sent many false reports to various newspapers about alleged sightings of the devil, 20 years later, Jeffries admitted to the hoax. Gordon Stein, in his 1993 book Encyclopedia of Hoaxes, notes that the hoof prints passed off in 1909 as belonging to the Jersey Devil resembled those of a horse, and that a man was subsequently found who admitted to forging them.